What is your story? What is your story? What's your journey to becoming? What's the journey like? How is it like? How's it going so far? The interesting thing is you only have a story if you start. But if you don't start, what exactly is your story? Which is the idea? What's your story? An interesting phenomenon. Everybody has a story. It's just interesting enough for the listeners to want to pay attention to listen to and get value from. What's your story? What are you about? What's the sum total of your value? What do you bring to the table? Do you add, are you a positive to the universe or you're just there? Be all about it. Be about that action. Be intentional about creating your story. It's your story. Own it. Own it with pride and passion. Don't let people's thoughts, people's worry, people's limitation, don't let it affect the trajectory of your growth. Ideas are destroyed when shared with idiots. That's a good quote. Something you should work with. An idea in its real form, it's not giving you all the value that it needs to get to where it needs to get to. All right, good morning. We have our speaker for today. Let me quickly invite him on call. And I've sent you the invite, Mr. John, so you can just accept and that will bring you on call. Be about that action. Get out, go there, do something. Create your story. Create your story. And that way, it's what you've been listening to. Our speaker is joining in. Mr. John is a real estate mogul in not just Abuja, not just Nigeria, but across to different parts of the world. So he will share his story with us on. Thank you very much for joining in. How are you doing today?
Very fine. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Abdulkareem Adeiza. It's a pleasure being here.
Likewise, it's amazing having you joining on call to share from your wealth of experience, which I'm sure you have a ton of. So today we're looking at draining, we're looking at brain draining. Let's get the in and out. Let's get every fact that is possible from your venture, from your journey, and to understand your story. But before we start, I like to ask a random question, just a random question. If you were to have a dinner with someone, anyone in the world, an hour of their time to have a dinner and just talk, who would it be and why?
It will be Warren Buffett. And why? He turned 94 years old, I think 30th of August. He has been in business now for 88 years. He started business, his first business ever at the age of 6. So even though yes, there are other wealthy men in the world I would like to reach, but I admire his longevity in business. So if there's one person I want to meet who has shown that length of success in business, it will be Warren Buffett. 94-year-old man in business for about 90 years. So there's so much for me to learn from him.
Fantastic. Okay, another follow-up question. This will be the first. I usually ask just one, but another follow-up question. If you're to meet him, what will be the first question you ask him?
What disciplines have you undertaken that have made you who you are today? What discipline have you undertaken that have made you who you are today? And why would I ask that question? Because the secret of men is in their routine. The secret of men is in what they do. The secret of success of men is in what they do daily. So I'm asking, what disciplines have you engaged in on a daily basis that have made you who you are?
A profound question. I get it. The sum total of a man is in his discipline, and that creates who you are. So getting to understand the core of Warren Buffett will help you to understand his journey better. That really makes sense. So if you're just joining in, or for the viewers that will be joining and watching the replay of this, this is what you're doing. This is our sword the third part in the first season. So stay tuned. We have wealth of knowledge to be gained today, as we've done in the first two editions that has happened on the first Saturday of this month and also the second. So, Mr. John Olisa, you're once again welcome to the program. African Guru Academy is honored to have you on call with us this morning.
Thank you very much, Abdulkareem Adeiza. I count it a privilege and honor to be here.
Thank you very much. All right, the first question, we would like to know, who are you? Who are you? What are you about? What's the sum total of John Olisa?
Okay, John Olisa is a realtor and the CEO of Red Diamond Properties Limited. We're a real estate firm involved in selling and buying of houses for clients. We're also into short-term management. We help clients manage their property on a short-let basis. We're also into property management, right? Helping landlords manage their property so that they don't have to liaise with their tenants. And another thing we basically do is real estate consultancy or property consultancy, how to successfully invest in real estate. Also, as part of consultancy, we train real estate companies on different aspects of real estate, from marketing to sales to law to finance to communication and the likes. As regards my professional background, I'm a lawyer. I'll be 10 years post-call next year. So I studied law, and after some time, I decided to pursue my passion in real estate. So that basically is a summary about me. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, yes, and I am getting excited already. I just know that there's take home for me. So, how can you walk us through your journey? How did you venture into this passion of yours? How did you get to start? What's the start of the story?
All right, so I have always been a businessman. I'm one who knows or who has always known I'll be a businessman, but the picture was not just so clear. My first experience in business dates back to 2009. It was a year after I finished secondary school before getting admission to study law. And I started selling clothes. I went to a company in Lagos called London Marketing Company, bought shirts, ties, cufflinks. My dad gave me the startup capital, and I sold, and I sort of enjoyed it. This was my first shot at business. My dad was my first angel investor. And fast forward to 2010, 2011, when I got admission to study law in University of Ilorin. The first major business I did was in 2012, entering 300 level, recharge card. I was a recharge card supplier. So I buy card in bulk, 20, 30,000, 40, 50,000 from wholesalers. And I buy it in bulk, go to my school and give it to different retailers on like a credit basis. So I buy maybe card, a pack of M10 100 naira or Glow maybe 95 naira, 950, and I sell it to them 970. Even though it was small, but what made the profit was the volume. So I did that for 3 years in university, and I got to law school and NYSC. I handed it over to somebody who was giving me weekly returns, both in university and in law school. That was my other shot at business. Then, okay, in law school, I could not do business because if you know the Nigerian law school is quite tedious. So, but in NYSC, I did business. I served in Taraba and stayed in the Corpers House, the Christian Corpers House, NCCL, about 120. So I did 3 businesses there. The first was sale of Ijebu Gari. Coming from Lagos, I knew the type of Gari I loved and which people who were from the southwest and other regions of Nigeria would love. So I, in partnership with some of my friends, we pulled resources together, bought a bag of Gari. The business succeeded. We made about 100% profit on that one, but for some reason or the other, we stopped it. Then I went into recharge card here and there. But the major business I did throughout my NYC was sale of Momo. Yorubas will know Pomo. Because I lived in the family house, there was a problem. The problem was that, yeah, coppers, the average copper doesn't have so much funds. So we used to do food subscription. You pay 6,000 naira a month for food in the family house. But one of the challenges was that the meat was usually small, and sometimes you won't get enough stew. So the businessman in me, okay, I saw this as an opportunity, and I was working in the sales outlet, like the supermarket. So I'll go to the market, buy pomo, make it with stew, and I was selling it 2029. This was 2017, and I was getting something like 50 to 100%, or at least 50% on every sale I did. So that was it. 2018 came back to Abuja, got a law job, did some stuff there because my boss was a businessman, so I helped him in some of his agricultural pursuits, worked in a law firm till 2022 when I resigned and started up real estate. So my life has always been business. I've always loved selling. It's in retrospect that I've come to see why I really went into real estate. I'm a natural salesperson. I have the ability to convince people to buy products I believe will be of benefit to them, which they know they need but are reluctant to buy, or which they don't know they need but which is necessary for them. So it's been 2 years since I started real estate, and it has been topsy-turvy, but we are grateful that we're here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I don't know about you, but I am getting value. I hope you are too.
Yeah.
And I sincerely hope the listeners and the people that would watch the replay of this get as much value as I am getting right now. Thank you very much. You seem to have done a lot, starting from a business to call card to the Ijebu Gari you traded, making over 100% profits to to more that you traded in NYSC. I would say
Yeah.
you have a knack for identifying opportunity where they might seem to be none. So in the context of the world today, let's say Nigeria in context, a lot is not going right. People are in constant quest for more and the opportunities are not available. So what's one factor that you utilize in identifying opportunities to venture into the entrepreneurial space and bring that knowledge to play out with the aim of making profits while creating value in the community? How do you identify opportunities? What are your tactics, your tips, your tricks?
Okay, so I'll just say it this way. Every problem is an opportunity. So for every problem you're crying about, that is an opportunity crying for you to solve it. I'll just say look around for problems. Be inquisitive, have an inquisitive mind. Every problem is an opportunity. So whatever you complain about is something that needs a solution. Elon Musk saw that we've been having the climate change talks and the likes. What did he come up with? Electric vehicles. China is going so fast in that area. Jeff Bezos, he said when he did a research, Jeff Bezos started Amazon about 30 years ago. He did a research and he said he saw the internet growth before he started Amazon, it was growing at about maybe 1,000 to 2,000%. And it was like, this is an opportunity that others are not seeing. Like they saw the adoption of internet usage or so about 1,000 or 200%. So he saw an opportunity which led to Amazon. So opportunities, how do you see opportunities? One, by looking at problems around you and by thinking of solutions. So I told you the major reason why I did it for more business was because there was a problem. So opportunities sometimes come from problems. There was a problem I saw. I understood that people did not have enough meat, and they would have needed more meat for a paltry sum with steel. That was a problem I was solving. Sometimes there are things that are called unanticipated customer needs. Customers have a need, or I'll call it unidentified customer need. Customers have a need which they do not know they have, which they do not know they have. So you are the one that will now have to look at it. Is that okay? What is this problem, and how can I solve it? So for me, basically, even me being in real estate, basically, what I do is getting houses for people who want to buy. So what is the issue? There's a major issue in the real estate sector which brings about agents. So people buy lands which do not have genuine titles and they get scammed. I know countless stories of people who have lost so much, right, trying to buy property and getting scammed. So that's a problem. I had a story of a woman who bought a land without doing due diligence. and she didn't know the land was already under government acquisition. She bought the land and lost it. So that's a problem. People are scared. There's an integrity and trust issue in the real estate sector. So it's a problem, and I see it as an opportunity. So what do I do for my clients? You want to get a property. One, I sell only genuine properties. I don't sell for every real estate company. I sell for trusted, genuine real estate companies. So when my clients want a property, I get it. Then before we even complete the purchase, we do a legal search. We must know that the property title is genuine, right? You must know that the property title is genuine. It has no encumbrance, there's no court case on it, there's no litigation on it, and the likes. There is no mortgage that has not been cleared up. So that is what I do. I help my client know that there is an issue with this land or there is no issue with this land. A client wanted to buy a property and he asked me to help him do a legal search, and I did a search. And I came to realize that the title that was given to him was a fake title. It was forged. So if he had gone ahead to buy that land, he would have lost his money. Another client wanted to buy a property and they engaged me to help them do a legal search. And during the course of the search, we realized that there was a mortgage on it. So I had to do a search. We went to the mortgage bank and asked them to tell us about it. And they told us that the client who was selling had paid off his debt. And I said, okay, no, do not tell me that. Give me a letter to show his non-indebtedness, right? And with that, my client was sure that, okay, I can buy this property. There is no encumbrance on it. Another client that wanted to buy a property, I had to ask questions on the title. And when I knew, okay, this is the title, no issues on it, we were good to go. So basically, wherever you see problems, do not see them as problems. They are solutions creating or crying for people to see the solutions in them, bring them out, and add a monetary value to it. That basically it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love your emphasis on that, and that's a take home for me. Every problem is an opportunity, and until you identify the opportunity and solve it, payments will come. So, identify challenges, identify problems, and solve it. We would like to ask in your venture in entrepreneurship, what's the major challenge that you've ever faced in becoming, and how did you convert that problem to an opportunity?
So, what's my major challenge in becoming, and how did I overcome the challenge? Well, I would say one of my major challenges in becoming has been the need to always show up, because consistency plays a very great role in every form of entrepreneurship. So when I say the need to always show up, I mean because sometimes you face some challenges that make you lose out and you want to just quit. So I recall back in 2023, I was about to close. I was negotiating a deal of about 80 to 100 million, a real estate property deal. And for one reason or the other, I wasn't in town. And I was working with some other agents who were to take the client for inspection. And because of the tardiness of the agents, the clients could not do the inspection. They were saying maybe they were not available, they'll come the next day. And the client needed to do the inspection. So the client or gestation was inspected all that two properties, picked one and paid the same day. This was a deal of about 80 million. If you do the math, if that deal went through, I would have gotten about 4 million with my other agents. It was very heartbreaking. And those are the type of things that will want to just make you give up and say, no, I'm not doing it again. I will not want to show up every day. So those challenges, so some of the things that want to make me stop, right? But I've just said to myself, the challenge is having to always show up daily, irrespective of how you feel. And one of the people that really motivates me in this area is my real estate mentor, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He shows up every day. I was told that at the time he did Facebook Live every day for 10 years, consistency. So whether or not people come and join, he just keeps doing it, right? Until one thing led to the other. Today, he's who he is. Just like what you're doing today. You might know Grant Cardone, the American billionaire, realtor, and real estate mogul. I heard he just used to show up doing his live shows. And one day, I think it was Oprah Winfrey that reached out to him just watching. Just few people were watching, and she was one of them. And I think she was one of the people who really added so much value to him. So for me, the major challenge has been wanting to quit or slow down on my pace of pushing my value, pushing my product just because I have faced challenges. But one thing I've decided to do is to keep on showing up daily, consistently, because it's like compound interest. At the end of the day, you get the results you're looking for. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Consistency is key. Another powerful one. Consistency is key. No matter the challenge, keep showing up. It goes well, it doesn't go well. Keep showing up. And I think passion has a role to play in this. If you're passionate about what you do, if you love what you do and you're doing what you love, even if it's not really paying you, you keep showing up. But that's just that. For you, how have you managed to stay consistent? You're in business, money is not coming, you're trying, you're putting in effort, you're putting in resources, and it just seems like this is draining you and it isn't paying you yet. You have family on your neck. I mean, the wife is there telling you, I need this, I need that. And the little you have, you're still putting it into the business. So, how do you manage to keep showing up? How do you manage to stay consistent to the cause amongst all the challenges, the financial, the emotional, and the rest? What's your key?
I'll say it's about having a big vision. There's a place of passion and there's a place of profit. So, as important as passion is, profit also is a great motivator. So, two people who have motivated me so much in this real estate sector are one, a lady who worked in a real estate firm I worked in back in 2022. She made a sale of about $17 million, and her commission on that sale was $850,000. With the conversion rate then, it was about 510 million naira. I heard the story of another man, a pastor, who made a sale of about 3.2 billion in land, and the commission on land is 10%. So he got 320 million. So, Mr. Adeiza, I must be truthful to you. One of the things that has kept me going in real estate is the possibility of great profit. Because as a realtor, you do not need any professional qualification. You don't. Just the ability to sell a house, get a 5% of the value of the house, sell a land, get a 10% of the value. So for me, one of my driving factors beyond passion, yes, I'm passionate about sales, I'm passionate about marketing. It's something that comes naturally to me. And I don't just sell or market, I also educate people. So I educate them on the business of real estate, I educate them on the law of real estate and many other things. So I'm passionate generally about education. But as important as passion is, if what you're passionate is not really bringing so much profit, you could be discouraged. So the profit margin in real estate is one of the things that also increases my passion. Because in real estate, to a very great extent, your success is in your hand. You can decide to sell lands of 1 million, you get a 10%. Or you can decide to sell lands of 1 billion and also get a 10%. So for me, I'm really motivated by the possibility of getting huge returns if I close on big deals. I would say one of the things that have really kept me growing is passion and profit. So not profit without passion. Because I've seen people doing things that are bringing them profit, but they're not passionate about it, so they're not getting fulfillment. Right? And I've seen people doing things they're passionate about and it's not bringing them profit, so they are frustrated. So success many times is a mixture, is a coming together of passion and profit. So I would say passion has really been driving me in real estate. Much more, profit has also been a great driving and motivating factor that has kept me going even when I feel down. I just keep encouraging myself. Okay, John, if I close a 1 billion naira deal, do you know what this can do for you? Thank you very much.
I can think about that. Now I'm interested. If I wasn't interested in real estate, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, just closing something is cheating in your accounts already. That's huge, man. That's huge. You see, there's a lot that you've been saying that aligns with the philosophy we have in African Guru Academy, especially under the banner Skills to Gold. We believe that any skill that you have, any passion that you have, you can gain monetary value from it if you're true to it, right? You can
Yes.
be that has passion for art. You have good eye for art. You are the best at it. With intentional branding, this passion, just this skill that you have, can earn you that global standard living. If it is that it's in sales that you have this, it's a skill. Hone it, ensure you're the best at it. Brand up, and you can earn the global standard from it. So blending passion and profit indeed is success, like you said. Thank you for that amazing one again. You made mention that you're good in marketing and sales. I want to know, is this a skill that you were born with? It's a talent, it's a skill that you had to learn. And if you had to learn it, what's one thing that you would say anybody that's interested in marketing and sales to put as a forefront in order to learn and hone the skill?
Okay. So what I will say first is this. It's natural to me. But let's know the basis of marketing first. I would say everybody is a marketer, everybody is a salesman, but we don't just know it. An employee is a marketer, is a salesperson. Because for you to have gotten your job, you sold yourself to your employers before they hired you. So many times people do not want to hear the word I'm a marketer, I'm a salesperson. Everybody is marketing, everybody is selling, but we don't just know. But why people think they are not salespeople is this. Because what they are selling, they are not passionate about. Sales generally is a transference of feelings and emotions from one person who is the salesperson to another person who is the buyer. Right? So some people may have the natural skills for that, but one of the greatest discoveries that exists is that you can learn any skill. See, I must tell you, there are some things I am not naturally passionate about, right? But because, as I said, I'm very motivated by profit because of what it can do to me. I go and learn the skill. So, for instance, now I've been learning AI because I know AI is something that will cut across every field of life. So I've started taking certifications. I know it will affect the real estate sector, every sector, legal sector, business sector. So it's not a natural skill. AI has to do generally with computer science. I did study computer science. Computer science has to do with maths. I'm not good with maths. So before we come to sales generally, let's make people know that whatever skill there is you want to learn, you can learn it. Whatever skill you want to learn, you can learn it. I heard a story maybe about a set of Jews or so. Now, why are the Jews one of the most successful people in the world? I heard it's because they look out for difficult to learn skills and they take it up. Why? Because they know human beings generally do not like doing difficult things. So they focus on these few difficult skills and monopolize it. And these difficult skills become high income skills. So for instance, if it's a musical instrument that's very difficult to learn, they go and learn it. And because few people do not want to learn it, they become like the go-to people there. So one of the things anybody who is watching this interview needs to know is this. Whatever skill there is, you can learn it if you put your mind to it. You can learn it. So there is no barrier. I never say, I can't, I'm not cut out for this. Yes, I'm not removing the fact that some people are naturally predisposed towards a strength. I'm not removing that. But whatever it is that you need to succeed, you can learn it. So I'll say, so that's the basis. Now talking about sales, I'll say yes, I'm a natural salesperson, right? Because I know how to convince people to buy what they need. But the thing about sales that makes it successful is if you cannot buy a product you are selling, it will be difficult for you to market it. Because many times people are trying to market products that they've not bought into it. Because I say sales is a transference of emotions, right? Sales is a transference of your feelings. If you are not passionate about it, if people do not see that you love this product, you will not be able to sell it, right? So sales just has to do, you know this product, you love it, you understand how well it is, then transfer it. Because there's a rule in sales that people buy based on emotions and feelings, and they justify it with logic. So concluding on this question, There is no skill anybody wants to develop which they cannot develop. Many times the greatest barriers are your mind barriers, telling yourself you cannot do it. I remember that I keep referring to this real estate company. When I worked there, I never thought I could show up daily. But one of the staff there, blessing Asia, I'm always grateful to her. She gave me a task to do a 30-day content calendar. I never knew I could show up on social media every day, like every single day. But she gave me that task. I was reluctant at first, but I did it. And when I did it, I was like, so I could do this thing 30 days non-stop, posting every day on real estate. And the rest they say is history. In the last over 2 years, if I've missed 2 days of posting, it's not 3 days. Every single day I show up, posting whether on real estate or just something, because I'm trying to build that brand on consistency. So whatever skill it is you want to learn, you can learn it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. A lot is still being said. Whatever skill you want to learn, you can learn it. Don't give up. Don't tell yourself it's too taxing. Consistent growth is better than delayed perfection. Don't wait till you're perfect. Go ahead and start and keep growing in it. Having said this, let's say someone is interested in real estate. You want to venture into the field. I mean, you're telling me that if I sell 1 billion, I'm making if I sell 1 billion, I'm making over 50 to 100 million, depending on what the agreement was from the start. That's a lot of money. The
Yes.
only thing that I'm doing is connecting two people. So if I want to venture into real estate as someone that maybe I have network, maybe I don't have network, maybe I understand a bit or I don't even understand at all, what's the first point of contact? How do I start and venture into real estate?
All right. So what I will say, firstly, I admire that statement you made. You said consistency is better than delayed perfection. I love that because there's nothing like perfection is something we always drive towards, right? So it's better to be daily consistent than to wait to be perfect. So back to the question. The way I'm painting real estate, you think you can pick money on the street. If it was like that, everybody would be wealthy, right? So what will I say is the first thing? I would just say join a real estate group that sells properties. I'm currently on a group that has about 75,000 realtors, right? And they sell for over 40 estates. So that's the first thing I would say you should do. But we have 1,000,001 realtors, Mr. Adeiza. 1,000,001 realtors. Some do not make sales, some make sales. But what makes the difference between one and the other is their commitment. So real estate for me is not my side hustle. Real estate is like my life. Real estate is my 9 to 5. So I told myself, what will differentiate me from every other person that just says, come and buy land, come and buy house? I said, I must be different. So I said, I'm going to just tell you that I'm going to give you true value. I will educate you about this so that I can be an authority. Because when people see you as an authority, they see you showing up in an area, they first know you, like you, and trust you. They first know you, they like you, and trust you. One of the statements that changed my life the most was made by the branch manager of the real estate company I worked in back then in 2022, Abiola Daniel. The real estate company is GTEX Homes, and I'm so grateful to them. This statement changed my life. It's about 3 C's. He said, John, consistency leads to credibility, and credibility leads to currency. Consistency leads to credibility, credibility leads to currency. When you are consistent in what you are doing, people will see you as somebody who is credible, who can be trusted. And when they see you can be trusted, they will now entrust their money to your hand, currency. So you can't just say you want to sell real estate to advertise once, you go off the radar for 2 weeks, come back again. So you need to ask yourself, do you really want to do this thing? So firstly, join a real estate group. If you need one, you can come to me. I'll refer you to that. They sell for many properties. Join a real estate group that has so many properties so you can be posting every day. Because it's like compound interest. When people keep showing up every day, they will see you. When people keep seeing you showing up every day, they will see you as an authority. So before I answer the next question, I'm still speaking. I don't want to ask you a quick question, sir. Toastmaster, Mr. Adeiza, When you hear of cement, what is the first brand that comes to your mind?
Dangote, it's clear.
When I tell you soft drink, what is the first drink that comes to your mind?
Cola. Huh?
Coca-Cola. You know this question I've asked about 20 people, and except for one person, 19 people have given the same response. When I ask them what comes to mind first cement, they say Dangote. We have other cement brands, Boa Cement and the like. When I say what soft drink comes to your mind, they say Coke. We have Fanta, we have Sprite, we have Mirinda, we have Pepsi. Why did these brands come to your mind? Because they marketed themselves so much to you that in your subconscious, you did not even need to think about it before answering it. It came out of you subconsciously. So can you see? So my goal is to market myself so much, show up so much that when people think of real estate, I'm the first person that comes to their mind. When they think of real estate, John Odessa comes out, right? So back to what I was saying. So the first thing, join a real estate group that have enough properties so that you will have properties every day you're showing. At the moment, I'm on about 10 to 20 WhatsApp groups of people selling land and houses. I'm on another WhatsApp group of people who are doing short let. So many groups so that I can get consistent properties I'm showing up every day, right? Join. Number two, make people know that you're doing real estate. The best known books that we know today, they're not called best known books, they're called best selling books, right? And contrary to what people say that good products sell themselves, no, good products do not sell themselves. That's why we call the books best sellers, not best known, not best research. So you must sell yourself. People must know you. People cannot buy a product from you that they don't know you sell, right? They can't buy a product from you that they don't know you sell. So you must put yourself out. If you go through my pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you see on a regular basis, I introduce myself with my picture, with a professional picture. I say, my name is John Odessa. I'm the CEO of Red Diamond Property, and these are the services I do. I do it from time to time so that people can recommend. And that's how I've gotten referrals without even spending so much. I'm telling you, if you have the social media, you have a great blessing in your hand. So join groups, market yourself out on your social media page, let people know what you are doing. Also, go to real estate events. The thing I love about real estate is because we are very collaborative. Go to real estate events, meet other players in the industry, whether realtors like you, whether architects, property developers, and the like. Start building networks with your fellow professionals in the sector. Because sometimes you may get a call for a property you may not have. You can reach out to other people in your sector. There's so much to say, but one thing I also say is take an academic approach to real estate. Understand it. Know the law of real estate. Know the business of real estate. So that when you're talking as someone who knows what is happening. Because as a real estate professional, as a salesperson, you're like an advisor. The person buying from you is depending on your expertise. So you need to read. In fact, I'm currently writing a book on how to make money in Nigerian real estate. In that book, I'll be sharing 12 ways to make money in real estate in Nigeria, which few people know about. People just know about whether being an agent or renting out. There are about 10 other ways, and I'll be sharing it. And how did that come about? Because I've decided to focus on this real estate. I research, I read. And the more I read, the more I meet with people, interview architects and the likes, people who run shortlets. I know so much. So concluding this question, firstly, you want to start up, join real estate groups that sell properties, right? Number two, take an academic approach to it. Read about real estate. Give out content. Number three, let people know what you are doing, because people cannot patronize you for a product they don't know you sell. Number four, go for real estate sector events so that you can network with people in the sector. Thank you.
Fantastic. If you say you're not getting value, you're on your own. I am getting a lot of it. Join a group that sells property. If you want to go far, network with your tribe, there's no competition at the top. Be committed and stay consistent. If you take it as a side hustle, it will be a side hustle. If you take it as the hustle, it will be the hustle. I respect your hustle for that. Market yourself. Carry your market for head. Nobody will carry it.
Market it shamelessly because you are not begging.
It's very, very, very important. You talked about networking. They say your certificates and qualifications will take you far, but your network will take you farther to the desired destination. So it's important to network effectively. You only know as much. Your network is the vast of what you need. And finally, you don't go into something that you don't understand. Understand the business. Understand it, both the formal and the informal part of real estate business. Understand it, ensure that you're all about it. Thank you very much for your wealth of knowledge shared. You talked about writing a book. Please, when that book is out, we need a copy at African Guru Academy. Maybe more, but for now, so definitely, please book us down for that.
Thank you. All right, I'll do that.
All right. So with all this, with your venture so far, with your experience, with your expertise, with your achievement so far, what would you say is the next step for Red Diamonds Properties?
So Red Diamonds Properties, we've done quite well this year in terms of sales, breaking the 9-figure point in sales. 9 figures, we've made above 9 figures in sales. What we're looking now to doing is development. So we're looking at getting JVs with landowners and developing studio apartments, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. So the plans are in the pipeline. We are actively searching for people with JVs, whether in Maitama, Asokoro, with land in Maitama, Asokoro, Uzape, Wuse, Jahi, Gwarimpa, Katapi, 600 square meters, 1,000 square meters, so we can build studio apartments, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. Because from my experience in the sector, talking with other professionals, these are the ones that go the fastest and also have the possibility to give you your highest returns. So property development is the next area we are actively looking into.
Fantastic. Property development. You've done so much. You've done with marketing, you've done with sales, and shattering 9 figures. My people, do you know what 9 figure is? When you talk of 9 figure, that's ego, a lot of kudi. You're talking of uwo. So well done, sir. You're doing very well for yourself. You're talking of going into development, which is the manufacturing stage. You are no longer marketing for people, you are creating yours to sell. And I think that's the peak of business. When you're in business and you are the source,
Yes.
you're there already. So congratulations on your stride so far, for everything that you're doing. Are there opportunities for investment, partnership, and collaborations for people that might be interested in that, so they can reach out to you?
Yes, there are. So we have the opportunities. We are still, as I said, in the development, in the negotiatory stage. So yes, there are. Whoever wants to invest will be investing in getting a property off plan. And generally, that's the best way to get a property. Now, the way off plan works is that you give the developer the money, they develop the property at a lower price than what will be in the market, and you get the benefit. So it's a win-win situation. For the developer, we use your money to develop the property. We don't have to get loans and getting higher interest rates and the likes. But the benefit for you is that because you are giving us the money, we sell at a pegged price. If there is any change based on the economy, it might not be too high. So that's what that will do for you, is that you will now be selling at a higher price. So if you do maybe a 2 bedroom now at 60 million, by the time we complete the property, the going rate will be about 120 million or 70 million or 80 million or 90 million. That way, we have delivered to you and you'd have gotten about a 50 to 100%. So it's a win-win. So we're looking for investors who want to invest off plan, whether to live in it or to invest and resell. So whether investors in Nigeria or in the UK, wherever, Nigerians in diaspora, and Nigerians in diaspora, because well, with the exchange rate, people may be like, it's hard for us here in Nigeria, but to Nigerians in diaspora, it's a good one. Because if last year dollar was 600, now it's 1,600, an investment that would have cost you maybe $100,000 before will cost you only about $40,000 now in Nigeria. And there's no place like home. So it's always good to have something here. So we open up to investment to Nigerians in diaspora and also Nigerians here.
All right. Thank you very much for that. You got that. If you're looking at investment opportunity, Red Diamonds Properties are here for you. And just as his name is stated, it will be on the live. You can reach out to him. He responds fast. This is not marketing, by the way. This is just me talking as I am seeing. If someone is of value, that person should be rewarded for the value that they bring in and they bring on the table. So thank you very much for that. As a call to action, we would like to know for anyone on call right now or listening in at a later part, what's your call to action for people that want to venture into entrepreneurship or they are already in entrepreneurship but they don't really understand the journey and might be thinking of quitting? What's your call to action for them?
Get going. Get going. I listened to a statement, a short clip by South African venture capitalist and entrepreneur Vusi Tekwembayo. I believe you might know him. He said he has invested as a venture capitalist in so many other companies and the like. He said whatever company which is coming for funding and they see the very detailed business plan with profit projection, always, will I say, accurate. I think he said many times those companies flop or they don't really invest in them. Why? Because it's like business, yes. Business doesn't always go according to plan. So just get going. Don't wait to have everything all set out before you go. Just get moving and it will become clearer. He who waits for perfect conditions to start never gets anything done.
You heard that. Don't wait for the perfect condition. If you're yet to start, please go ahead and start. Just start. It doesn't matter where you are, is enough to start. It might not be enough to get to the finish line, but please, by all means, start. You keep improving, keep innovating, keep learning, and keep growing. That is where growth is. Thank you very much, Mr. John Olisa, for blessing us with your wealth of experience and knowledge this morning. This is
Thank you very much.
for you to listen. Oh, thank you very much, sir. It's not for you to listen to and put at the corner. No, we are not about that. We are about implementing. We are about sharing and growing together. We are about taking knowledge and converting it into reality. Get the work, get the knowledge to work for you and let it pay you. Let gold emanate from the skill, from the passion, from the value that you're gaining. And that way, we know we aren't just wasting our time, but we are creating value. Thank you very much. This is What's Your Story? The third part, the last edition will be next week, and we'll be bringing on call another amazing speaker in person of Queen Mwachu, someone that is into the airspace. She deals with logistic, luxurious vehicles, and the like. So you want to travel, she's your go-to. You want to move around in luxury, she's your go-to. Mr. John Adeiza, the real estate mogul yourself. I mean, I am looking forward to what you become in the next 5 years and in the next 10 years. And I am proud to be of association with you. Let me know that I brought this person on call. I am in contact and I have such person of value in my network. Thank you very much as we bid this morning session a goodbye and we look forward to that of next week. Thank you very much for coming on call.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adeiza. I really appreciate you for the honor and privilege. And for those who might want to reach out to me, you can get me on +234 813 799 0792. +234 813 799 0792. You can check out our company on www.reddiamondpropertieslimited.com. Once again, Mr. Abdulkareem Adeiza, I'm so grateful for you bringing me on your show, and I look forward to having greater collaborations with you. Thank you
very much. Thank you. And for the rest of us, do enjoy the rest of your morning from West and Central African time zone down here in the heartbeats of Nigeria, Abuja City. All right, out from my end. Thank you.
Yeah.